I've just got back from a 3-day business retreat in Dubai. I'm feeling a little bit tired, but this episode I could not wait to record because what I'm about to share with you, which is for all the girlies who've ever experienced self-doubt, this will change the game. Okay. This will give you more confidence than you've probably been feeling in your business. And it will certainly light a fire in your belly to move forward with that new idea that you've had that you're doubting, to move forward with content creation that's bigger, that's bolder, that's more authoritative. I know that when I share this with you, it's going to give you some comfort and also it's going to create an up level and a breakthrough. Okay. So, are you ready? And if you're new here, by the way, welcome to the Becoming an Online Sales Queen podcast. My name is Rach. I am your host, and I bring you an episode every single week, which we publish on all the major podcast platforms, as well as on YouTube as well. We also clip it all up and put it all across social media so that we can attract as many women to the show as possible, because who doesn't want to become an online sales queen? Yeah, the more you sell, the more money you make, the more impact you create for your clients, and the better the lifestyle that you can create for yourself. Okay. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are a repeat listener, welcome back. I'm super, super glad to have you here. What I would love to invite you to do, ladies, is hit the like button, drop a comment for me. Let me know what ideas you've got for future episodes. And obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe so that you get notified to future episodes. So let's get back to this breakthrough. So in Dubai, we were invited to engage in hot seat coaching. Okay. Now, for anybody that's not been to a retreat, hot seat coaching is usually where you and your mentor sit at the front of the room and you pose a question or a challenge or, something that's on your heart to the group, and you ask for their ideas, their feedback, their creativity, their support. And what that does is help you to build strategies, to leave the retreat with new ideas, with really great tips, with things that you could do to, grow and expand your business. And I sat there and watched, I think it was 14 women all have hot seat coaching. I also heard my mentor share about her experience in a room of millionaire and billionaire digital marketers. And here's my big takeaway. My big takeaway is that no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many years you've been in business, every single last one of us has doubts about how good we are. Okay? Now, let me just expand on that so that you know exactly what I mean. I'm not saying that we're all, shriveling into ourselves with no confidence whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I observed powerhouse woman after powerhouse woman after powerhouse woman take the hot seat, sit there, engage with the room, and show us that actually she did not believe that she was as good as what she was. That what she saw was a gap between how great she is and how great we saw her to be. Now, if you want to know whether I feel that, absolutely, that I am in this just like you are, okay? And I've come away from that retreat thinking, what's going on? Why is it that even these people who are making billions of dollars, yeah, right? There was women in the room that hadn't created their coaching offer yet, all the way up to women that were making multiple millions, okay? So we know that the money making is not a factor. We know the size of business is not a factor. We know the duration, the length of time that somebody's been in business for is not a factor in this. So for me, I've left that retreat feeling very reassured that actually never in my future am I ever going to get to a place where I believe I am as good as what I am. I believe that actually we always see the gap because we are entrepreneurs because we are idealists, because we are creative, because we always want to make things better. Yeah, like even when something is great, we always want to make it better because, well, that's the essence of entrepreneurship, right? Like we're only entrepreneurs because we see potential. We see potential and possibility where other people are prepared to accept mediocre. If you're an entrepreneur, it means that you are not prepared to accept mediocre. You are in that 1-2% of people on the planet who are not prepared to accept less than, and you want to make everything better. You want to improve things. That's what an entrepreneur is. And therefore, you never settle. And that is why I saw every single woman sit in that hot seat and leak, leak body language, leak verbal language that she didn't fully believe that she was as much of a powerhouse as the audience were perceiving her to be. Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but I have definitely heard this more than once. And it's about Oprah Winfrey. So I don't know if you watch her show, but she has said, many times that every single guest that she has ever had on her show has always turned to her at the end and said, "Was that okay? Was I good enough? Did I say all the things that we needed to say?" Every single guest, and obviously she's got A-list celebrity guests who are so used to being on camera, so used to showing up in the public space, and yet every single one of them turns to her at the end and says, "Was that okay? Was I good enough?" Because secretly deep down, you do not think you are good enough. I do not think I am good enough. Every woman I saw in that hot seat doesn't think they are good enough. Every bro billionaire marketer that my mentor went on an event with doesn't believe he's good enough. That a lot of them were guys. And what I believe is that yes, there's a little bit of mindset work that we get the opportunity to do there, but I also think it's in the very essence of who we are that we are not acceptors. We are not like, yeah, I'm good enough now, done, tick the box, sit back, relax. That's not who we are. So the reason I wanted to talk about this on this episode of the show was to awaken you to the fact that the very essence of entrepreneurship is that you are not somebody that rests on their laurels. You are not somebody that accepts less than. You do not accept mediocre. The essence of you being in business is that you crave betterment. You crave improvement. Yeah, you want the most ideal outcome. And that's what makes you brilliant. But will you ever fully see your brilliance? Probably not. And that's okay. That is okay. So I want us to make peace with the fact that sometimes we will doubt ourselves. Sometimes we will hold ourselves less than. Sometimes that's going to be good for us because it's going to keep us humble. And other times it's going to hold us back. So our opportunity here is not to try to brainwash ourselves into believing that we're amazing, although that would be a great step, right? If you could look yourself in the mirror every morning and say, "Good morning, gorgeous. You are looking amazing. You are going to have an amazing day. Everything in your day to day is going to flow easily, is going to happen effortlessly. You are incredible." Yeah, please go through your day believing that. If you could look yourself in the mirror every morning and say, "Hey, babe, you are the leading lady. This is your show. You get to be whoever you want to be. Grab for your expensive perfume. Do your hair like you're going out on a Saturday night, even though you're just at home working at your desk. Make yourself look and feel fabulous so that you can show up in the most powerful energy." Yeah, we get to do that for ourselves. So that would be one big takeaway I want you to take from listening to this show. And the other thing is to actually make peace with the fact that having an imposter voice actually keeps us humble. It actually keeps us feet on the ground. It stops us coming across like an arrogant shit, right? Because we don't want to come across like that. So you need to be powerful enough to show up with authority, and stand in your true power, but not so authoritative that you come across arrogant. Yeah? So we get the opportunity to craft that. We get the opportunity to work on that every single day. So my invitation for you from being here with me today and listening to this show is to reflect on your dial. Let's call it a dial. And ask yourself at every point in the day, do I need to turn up my self-belief dial right now? Or do I need to turn it down? Do I need to just hold it where it is? I want you to imagine that you've got a little imaginary dial, and I want you to get really, really, really in tune with how you feel about you. Yeah, how you feel about you, and decide, do you need to turn the dial up on your self-belief? And what is it that you have in your toolkit to allow you to do that? One of the things that we get to do, which, and I know this is a really, really, really great strategy, so take this and put this into your morning routine, is we get to write a list of 20 amazing things about us. 20, it could be awards, accolades, accomplishments, achievements. It could be feedback that you've had that, gave you that warm, fuzzy feeling. Think about writing a list of 20 things that show you as the expert, the leader, the authority that you are, and read them every single day. Okay, so if you know that you need to turn up your self-belief dial, if you know that you're creating content from a place of shrinking, from a place of, I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if my audience will, think I'm being a bit too much. I don't really want to take up space. I don't want to be too noisy. I just want to sit in the corner and be a good girl. Well, that isn't going to get you paid, my love. Okay. That is not going to get you paid. And we are here to become a sales queen. You are here because you want to make more sales. You want to make more money, which means you need to show up more powerfully. So your homework, if I'm allowed to give you homework from listening to the show, it's to go and write your list of 20 amazing facts about you, and make sure that you introduce that to your morning routine every single day. I want you to read that list of 20 every single day. And as time moves on and you help your clients to get incredible results, I want you to top trump yourself. So drop something off the list and add something more amazing on it, so that your list of 20 things stays as being your absolute top 20. Yeah, so write the list to begin with and then top trump it. And then every single day, I want you to tune in at various parts of your day and ask yourself, where is my self-belief dial right now? Do I need to turn it up? Do I just need to turn it up just a notch? Or do I need to whack it up full blast because maybe something happened yesterday and you're just not feeling your best? Yeah. So I hope that has given you the breakthrough that I was designing for you to have from listening to this. Take the actions as you see fit. Only you know where your self-belief is. But please remember what my feedback has been from hanging out with millionaires, billionaires, and all the people that from the outside looking in, you would say are super successful. Every single one of them sees a gap between where they are and where we see them to be. Yeah, their self-belief all needs turning up. Yeah, their self-belief dial needs turning up, even if they are 8-figure entrepreneurs. Okay, so give this a video, give this podcast a like, leave a review, subscribe, all the things, because next week's episode is going to be super juicy and I do not want you to miss it. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week.